Hey, it's Mikkel. Welcome to the Monson Schoolhouse. I have my twin boys here. This is
Asher.
This is
Connor.
They were in 3rd grade last year. Right now they're 4th graders because we're done with the year. Woohoo! We got through 3rd grade. We just wanted to share with you the curriculum that we used for them for this last year. Now they came home to homeschooling with us in January. So they've been with us at home for 5 months. So the curriculum I'm about to show you is we've been using for 5 months. And you guys, Connor is bored. He's yawning. So what would you guys say? Did you like all the curriculum that we used?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
What was your favorite?
English.
Okay, English. Did you like the English curriculum that we used?
I want more stories.
He's been asking for more writing, so we are actually making a switch to another curriculum just because of that. They're really wanting to write. What was your favorite thing we did, Connor?
Science.
We did the human anatomy, and I'll show you that. So we had so much fun. Are you okay? Allergies. So I really want to get this on YouTube because I know a lot of you guys are looking for curriculums, and I just wanted you to see the faces of the boys that use the curriculum. I'm going to be showing them kind of your notebooks and folders. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's okay that YouTube can see it?
Yeah.
So they are totally cool with sharing, and let's get to showing you their curriculum and hearing my full review for the year. Okay, so the first thing we do is we start with daily work. This takes about 15-20 minutes each. We do vocabulary all together. We pull our words from the Wordly Wise vocab book. We take turns picking a word, and we do one word for the day. Then, once I've defined it, then they write it down in their vocabulary journal. And I got these from Lakeshore. And we really love them because they could draw pictures and they make their own sentence, and then we present them to each other. So this has been something that we totally love and we all enjoy, and we kind of laugh together, and it's something that we can all do together. Comprehension exercises that we do every day with the kids. So what I do is I put 2 cards in their little notebook pocket, and the cards are just descriptions of something. Here we have snakes, and then on the back, so they read it, and then on the back they'll answer those questions. They mark the answers in their notebook, and it just kind of helps their comprehension skills, and just a little daily fun exercise. They actually really love all the facts. In the box comes all these cards. They're kind of fun. They have charts, descriptions of things, kind of fun to read through. All right, so this is the spelling curriculum that the boys have been using. I did a full curriculum review on these spelling curriculums, and I will link it down below. But just to give you kind of a quick overview, we liked Spelling UC a lot better than BJU. I just saw so much improvement. Every day it gives a story or something about our history, and they learned a lot, and their spelling just totally improved. So I am sifting out busy work, extra work for next year, and so we are going to sift out the spelling BJU on the right, and we are just going to be doing spelling UC for all of my kids. So that's spelling. All right, so this is the math curriculum that we're using for the twin boys. I did a full curriculum video on the math we use in our homeschool, and I'll link that below. I really like this math. It's working for them. I have a notebook for them that they do all the work, and what I do is I print out, or I copy the lessons from the Saxon math textbook for both of them, and we work through it together. So here are some extra things that I purchased to help with the Saxon math to make it more hands-on, more interactive, and more fun. And honestly, this really, really helped my boys. It helped me, and it just made it so much more fun and clear with the Saxon math curriculum. So at the top, I got money, because it does have a lot in the curriculum with money. And I really love this money set. It is really high quality and really well organized. So we really love that. Then below I got math manipulatives. I have the tens, the ones, the hundreds. And then I have for fractions, I got this little bag of little fractions, and that really helped my boys imagine what we were doing and kind of play with things, make it hands-on for boys. And then every day on the iPad, I have this app I found, which is absolutely amazing. We do it every day for about 5 to 10 minutes. So they come on here, and it's really helped with their multiplication problems. All right, so Mackenzie's gonna show us how it works. So they each have their own little account that they sign into. And she's just showing us the easy level so you can kind of see how it works. So I will be using this again. They came home in January, so we've only been doing it for like 5 months. So we do need to finish out this curriculum. We'll be working through it in the summer and, you know, through the fall, and then we'll move them to the next level. So for now, really happy with Saxon Math. It's working for them, and I just really love seeing their progress and teaching them one-on-one. So we are going to keep this for next year. So for science, we did the Young Explorers series of the human anatomy. It's from Apologia, and just so happy with this curriculum. On the right is the textbook. So the textbook, I love how it's set up. It's great for 8-year-olds through my daughter's age. She's 10, and I think it's even great through middle school. So it's just so awesome. Really well written and good activities included. On the left, I made these little binders for each child, and that's where they notebooked and kept all their activities. And I made little dividers, skeletal, muscular, digestive, nutrition, and with each activity we did, they would put it in their little binder. It was just so fun. We did so many good things, so many fun activities. This was from the digestive system. This was a little activity I found on, I think, Teachers Pay Teachers. The kids really liked this one. I get a lot of the activities in the notebooking off Pinterest, off Teachers Pay Teachers, and some of them I even get from the Apologia notebook. So the kids really, really enjoyed this science unit. So when we finished up the human body, we moved on to different units. The first mini unit we did, they're like mini science units, probably about 3 to 4 weeks each. We did a frog life cycle. We studied frogs, and this is just one of the journals we did. We actually got a tadpole, and you can order it on Amazon. I'll try to link it below. The tadpole arrived in the mail, and it even had a little container you put the tadpole in. And every single week we journaled the tadpole growing into a frog. It took 5 weeks for the frog, for it to mature into a full frog. It wasn't that big, it was pretty small, but we really, really enjoyed this. During the 5 weeks, we studied frogs, and they actually did a presentation on their own frog. And we really loved it. So that was a really fun mini science unit. After the frog, we moved on to bees. And I have a video on my channel on how I put together this unit. I put together my lap books and my notebooks kind of all myself. I go on Pinterest, I go on Teachers Pay Teachers. I just kind of get little ideas and put it all together on my own. All right, so moving on to English, we used English 3 from BJU, Bob Jones University. Overall, I really am happy with this curriculum. It's really fun, it's colorful, it's this little workbook that they go through, and we work together on it, each lesson a day. To my surprise, we're not going to be continuing it. I was planning to continue BJU English up until English 6. My daughter just finished English 6, and we liked it, but it doesn't give enough writing for my boys. My boys have found a new love of writing, and this doesn't really touch on writing as much as they wanted. But let me show you what writing it does give. So on the left, this is just an example of one of their papers. This was writing a story, and this was one of their last assignments that we finished off, and they loved this. So this is kind of an example of Asher's writing. I have them do a final copy, and then behind it, they do like their rough draft, proofreading, and all the, revising copies. So, and I have them staple it together. So that's how I have them set up their writing with BJU English. Again, really happy with this, but I think my boys are they really want to write. And so because there wasn't much writing in the BJU English, I supplemented writing a lot for them. So on the right, I found this book at a book sale. It's Scary Story Starters. So on a Friday, we have like a fun Friday. I would read a story, and then they would make up the ending and write it, and we would all share. So kind of like a free write example or free write exercise. I actually did a poetry unit. It was about 3 weeks long. I did with all my kids, and we went through different styles of poetry, and we put together these poetry books. They wrote limericks. They wrote haikus. We absolutely loved doing our own poetry unit. It was so fun. And then at the end of the 3 weeks, we went to the Japanese garden and we had a poetry reading. And we really enjoyed this, and we're definitely going to be doing a poetry unit every year. All right, so when they came home from public school, they did not have a love for reading. They didn't like reading. I just wanted to spend the first month kind of igniting their passion and love for reading and showing them how fun and exciting it is. We read the Judy Blume books, Mouse and the Motorcycle, just Runaway Ralph, How to Eat Fried Worms, just kind of fun, lighthearted, exciting books for a third grader, and this worked. This really got them into the love of writing, or the love of reading. Okay, so then on the left, I had them record their response. So I got these at Lakeshore Learning, and they write down the book, and they'll write, it kind of just helps them write down what they comprehended and record what they read. And again, this is what I did the first month or two after taking them home from public school, just to show them that reading really is fun, and it can come alive, and it's not a chore, and this really, really worked. All right, so after that month of just free reading, I moved into our assigned book. And the first one was Charlotte's Web, and we did a lap book with it. We made our own farm, which they love that activity. We did a spider research project. They loved that research project, picking their own spider and making a little book about it. And then on the left, they glued their brother's head, and just like Charlotte did, hung spider webs of fun words that described their brother. Cute, good, and smart. That was such a fun activity. They loved Charlotte's Web. I highly recommend this book for third graders, one of their favorites. All right, so Pippi Longstocking was our next assigned book, and this is the winner for the year. They are in love with this book. They fell in love with Pippi Longstocking. They read this book in a couple days. They absolutely loved it. They did do book reports on it, but I filed them away, so I don't have anything to show. But just the fact that they talked about this book every day at lunchtime and dinner time and all day long, this was a winner for us, and it still lives on in our house today. All right, The Borrowers was one of our last assigned books for the semester, and in their own words, they hated it. It was terrible. Besides them hating it, I still did a book report project on it. Since they hated the book so much, I tried to make the last project fun. We got a shoebox, and I told them to go around the house and borrow anything they could to make their own little home, and this is what they created. They had more fun with the shoebox than they did reading the books. So I don't know if I would suggest The Borrowers for a third grade boy. They did not like it, so, but it's kind of fun to talk about how much they hated it. All right, so for geography and history, we did Roadtrip USA. We really took this at a slow pace. Really only made it through the Northeast region. So on the left over here, we started each lesson with this song. Do you want to sing it, Mackenzie?
Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Columbus is the capital of Ohio. There's Montgomery.
You can find it on YouTube. And then with each state, we kind of followed the curriculum, as you can see behind that, Albert Einstein. So we studied history and people, and over here I actually mixed in our own church history from our Mormon heritage. It's fun to personalize it, and I highly suggest personalizing these curriculums to your heritage, and that's what makes it so exciting. And here is just a fun puzzle I found at Michael's. We took it out and then they had to put it all back in. All right, so for Bible, we studied the Old Testament. We did this every morning, and I used discoverthescriptures.com. This is an LDS-based Old Testament study, and I really enjoyed it.